Charlie, forward, the draw the sword, forward, up and rally.
Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Empire Total War 2 with this Scottish campaign. The year is 1706, and I'm soon enough ready to embark on our conquest of India, where we will be focusing on the Calcutta-Bengal region and down the coast here to start off with. Before we go ahead and start, there's some new units. So in episode 1, I asked you guys to go ahead and name units that you wanted to name. Well, I've been generous this time around, so normally I only pick 1. This time around, I've actually picked 3. And the first one was actually a ship, and that was, normally I use a random number generator, but there's only one person asking for ship. So, I believe it was Napoleon Lesser. Yes, Napoleon Lesser, I've got it right here. The crafty Ruskler, which, Ruskler, I think, I tried to Google it, it's an opera, or I think some kind of mythical Russian sea creature. So anyways, he's given a special ship, a pirate ship that I've captured. We should actually, it's been here to try and protect these as much as possible, but we want to put it in action, so it's going to go to India and be part of the attack there. So that's the first one. Then the next one that got picked was this matchlock unit, which is now called Jared. Just Jared, right. There's Jared. And I believe it was Darth Joshi 40 something that picked that. And then the third one was, we have another Highland warrior. This one is the MacDonalds of Clan Ranald. I can't remember the name because it was kind of like a bunch of numbers and stuff. But this one was the one that got picked. So we've got a new Highland unit there. Also, as we've progressed quite a bit now, I have built a colonial army. So now we have a colonial army under Finlay MacGregor, who has a barber. Right, and he's got 4 units of Scottish East India Company cavalry, specially recruited on the island of Ceylon. We're going to have 2 hand mortar elephants, and then the rest is going to be sepoy militia, and then we've got 2 demi-cannons for that. Also, it should be mentioned, yes, there's a change also. Edinburgh Horse Guard, Colonel Falcom's Royal Scottish Regiment, is going to be changed to an Irish regiment. So as soon as the Irish regiment has been recruited, let's see, where is the Irish line infantry? There. Actually, we'll do it the full brigade, so we'll get 4 units just in case and get them down there. One of them is then going to be called something, the Freedom Fighters. I can't exactly remember, but I won't be putting them into a... I won't be changing the name, of course, until the unit's recruited and is actually in place to replace the guard unit, the horse guard unit. If you're interested to... I'm probably going to run this a few more times where I'm gonna pick custom names, but if you're interested, that is a perk of being a paid member on this channel. You only need to pay once per each campaign, so it's not like, I mean, the last campaign went on for 6 months. If you pay for the first one, you can pick a unit and I'll keep the unit throughout the campaign and it'll be upgraded throughout. Anyways, so those are the units. The crafty sea creature, the MacDonalds of Clan Ranald, and Jared. Of course, always in the end. Bloody Jared. Before we go ahead and head over into India, which was the idea for this video, to start with allying with the Mahathans and then declaring war on the Mughals and invading India. we're actually gonna head over to the Caribbean, where my secondary army of the two original armies is, because an opportunity has arisen. Also, yes, I should mention here, in between episodes, I have been able to get the translated dictionary, and we've also been able to upgrade the religious schools here, so we are in full progress of turning these guys Celts. So soon enough there'll be a bunch of red-headed babies running around here. There's a massive amount of colonization coming in. Migration is increasing the population by 1.775% per turn. So there's a lot of Celts moving in here, and we're changing it. In the smaller provinces, as we'll see here, so the two provinces that I captured here, where there was very little people, it didn't take long for the culture to change to Celtic. So that changed very quickly, and it allowed me to reduce the garrisons and also start taxing the provinces and start building out the province infrastructure as well, because now there was no risk of revolution. Same up here. Moose Factory, which we also claimed, has also turned into our controlled territory. Currently in North America, since the British died and they haven't been able to focus on here, the French, surprise surprise, have taken the greatest share of the territory. So now we actually have France coating the inside here, of coating the inside of North America, while we've got the remnants then of Great Britain, the new 13 colonies, hanging on by a sliver here. I think they are at war with each other. I'm not entirely sure. Yes, they are at war. So they are currently at war here. So we're not entirely sure who's going to win here. Hopefully it stays split until I come in and take over all of it, because I need to take New France and Florida and Georgia for some reason. Actually, most of this is actually currently in the hands of the French. Also, we need to take Egypt, which and Gibraltar is another one, and Malta as well. Malta should be easy enough, I think. But the opportunity that's opened up here in the Caribbean is I sent the secondary army around to check the Caribbean island to see what we could do against the pirates. But the pirates had rather large forces presence on all these islands. I thought these islands would be easy to conquer, while, say, this island, this pirate island, has actually been conquered by the Spanish. So I thought I'd be able to do something similar. Well, that turned out not to be the case, because there's crawling with pirates on all these islands. The thing about this island, though, is the French have just landed here with a massive army. Somehow they were able to get more than 20 units loaded onto these ships and landed here. So I'm gonna attack first, and then we're gonna see about letting the French do a lot of the heavy pulling, and I'll claim the island. Now, I've already checked. France does not have, or I actually didn't check that closely, but I don't think France has Jamaica as one of the provinces it needs to conquer. I'm hoping it's not, anyways. So hopefully the AI will be okay with me stealing this from them. And with that, let's go ahead and draw the sword and go into battle. So we have Kirk Cohen ready to march into battle with 3,500 men roughly. We've got an astonishing almost 6,000 Frenchmen coming in to join us in this fight against a force of 3,800 pirates, augmented then with all sorts of Irish thieves and native Lancer cavalry. We've got John Smith, 2 John Smiths actually, filibusters. I don't think that's going to be filibustering isn't going to be very useful. We've got migrants, farmers from Spain, a whole host of people. Nevertheless, I am sure then this island will be conquered by the Scots. These ruffians are no match for us. Well, we'll see. The combined force almost holds 10,000 men. The thing is, though, we are faced with the brunt angry force of the pirates right from the start, as our French allies are coming in over here on the flank. Not really running to our aid, are they? The pirates have moved out of their defensive position, which will greatly aid my cavalry. And I am in no hurry to attack the enemy, as I am waiting for my French ally. And currently our artillery is bombarding the pirates, blowing them to smithereens. We've cut through this regiment right here, the filibusters, which apparently is commanded by George Washington. I'm currently firing towards this unit, hoping to perhaps split the fire through all these 3 units. The pirates have moved there slightly on an angle, which I should actually move to that angle as well. So we'll slightly retire and slightly retire this side of the army, so that we keep in line with the enemy. And hopefully the French have gathered enough strength, they will move in force onto the pirates' flank. Now the pirates are keeping troops in reserve back here to ward off the French, but who's ever in command of the main line here of the pirates is hesitating to move against us. I think they're actually close now. With next shot coming through the woods, I'll be able to lay canister on them. So it's perhaps best to actually switch that. The cuirassiers should be able to cut through the pirate mob and the 2 John Smith bands that they put right next to each other. And then on this side we have the Scottish Lancers. Here we do have pikemen, though. Wait, Scottish pirates? I didn't notice we had bloody traitors on the enemy side. God damn it. I'm gonna bring my Covenant Dragoons over to the flank, and we're gonna see about upsetting the pirate line as it advances here. The cannon... Oh, they're just out of canister range. Or they're actually just within canister range. Could be that we're firing canister too early, which it very much sounded like. But that could lure them into a false sense of security. Right. The Dragoons will now ride up onto the side and harass the filibusters on this side. I'm hoping then actually what I want to target is actually the Colonial Pikemen. One of the units will head behind the enemy line. Sounds like fighting? Yes, the pirate... Oh, the filibusters fire their pistols and kind of devastates this unit. They're moved in the back as it loses 22 men rather rapidly, while the enemy has only lost back 3. There we go. Pretty nasty canister there. The pirate mob is moving out. We've got enemy lancers moving in. Oh, they're now moving on the attack. Right, charge there. Keep that one locked down. And then lancers charge in. On this side, the cuirassiers will charge in. And then let's meet the enemy then, because they're charging out. They're going straight for us. Pike units will be moved up to the side there. Oh, is that's the pike. That's the pike. Move away. I thought they were going to... I was hoping they'd just ride up and shoot them. Heavy losses there. With 2 pike squares. Oh shit. Cannons are shooting our own. Hold fire, damn you. Also, the firing line should now hold fire. It's a high risk of us shooting our own. Loads of pirate groups are retreating, but I should withdraw. Oh, I was gonna say I was gonna withdraw the cavalry, but seeing as though that pike unit broke, that is no longer what I want to do. Let's go ahead and charge in the back there. Looks like it's not going too well over on this side. I'll push the cavalry through, and we'll see about aiding this side, and also specifically here. Oh, they're trying to kind of push through there. I'm gonna order this unit to open fire. Let's have the 2 cavalry units come up behind here. See about doing some damage to those guys. And if I can pull this pirate unit or this unit back, and then I'll load a canister into that to fire into that side. Hopefully most cannons here are actually reloaded. That actually my clansmen are not actually doing that all that well against the pirates. And now my cavalry is all the way over there. Oh, the units are kind of breaking apart here. All the Highland war bands were broken down by the pirate fighters. Clearly the pirates are better at the hand-to-hand combat than my clansmen. We're gonna move up the last melee units we do have, which is my pikes. Let's go ahead and charge in with the cavalry once more. Right. It's a bit risky here because there's a lot of units around, but I figure I'd be able to shoot the John Smith band to pieces. Let's withdraw the cavalry here. Make sure we do not lose any more men than necessarily. I think what I did was I should have held off on ordering in the melee charge of my Highlanders. I should have held that off a little bit longer to try and break the enemy that way. Because right now it looks like I lost a ton of those troops. Ultimately though, we did win, and would you look at it, the French turned up late. They dealt with the cavalry, but that's about it. And as a result of that battle, we had a total 9,000 men deployed on the coalition side against 3,790 pirates. I ended up losing 1,800 men, whereof which we can see that 2 units were utterly destroyed, and that would be 2 clan units were actually totally destroyed in the battle, which is quite unfortunate. While you can see that the gunner line was more or less untouched. Let's go ahead and see who killed the most. Scottish Cuirassiers, Scottish Lancers, and Covenant Dragoons. Here we got a Highland Warrior though, at 300 kills. Scottish Lancers, Highland Warriors. So really, the pirates had really good melee stats, I imagine. Let's go ahead and see the ones that died. So this one only had 20 men. They lost 180, only killed that many. Then we see another Highland Warrior, lost 166. Pretty poor performance there. And I'm surprised that so many Highland units died. There's 3 of them that's supposed to have been completely wiped out, while they remain at 20, 34, 60. At 60 men, it shouldn't have been. Oh, it is only 2. For some reason, I sort of started imagining there were 3 of them that were lost, but there was only 2. Right, and with that, Jamaica is mine, and it's 50% slaves, 50% English. Which means, in the current state of things, it's 100% slaves. This should change rather rapidly, and will turn this island into a fruitful sugar colony. Wonderful. Not that great, though, that I lost those Highland troops. I can't recruit them on the island. I can still recruit them in the home, though. There should be more units recruited, normal units, so we're starting to go over to line infantry combat. We have the superior line infantry that we should start recruiting, that eventually will sort of replace the current system that we have, because already the pikes are gone. As you can see, I can no longer recruit pike units. So the pikes are obsolete. We also have quite a few new cavalry units, Royal Cavalry Guards, Highlander Cavalry, and so on. However, since we're currently not really facing threat on the home base, like recruiting stuff here and then sending them halfway around the world is a bit of a tall order. However, we are about to set off, and I will at least start the progress on the attack on the Mughal Empire and the conquest of India. Actually, what I think, I kind of want to go ahead and snipe this while this is up for grabs. We can actually send the smaller ship up and just scout. Oh, they have nothing. They have nothing there. That's perfect then for me sneaking in and sniping that, while their guard is looking elsewhere. Right, let's just have the, what was it called? The trusty? No, the crafty. The crafty pirate ship turn up, so we can have 2 ships on either, and then send them to destination and launch the attacks. It would be then against Arcot and Calcutta that the attacks would go in, and hopefully then... wrong button. Hopefully then the second elephant unit should be ready, and it should be. Right. Let's go ahead and end turn and prepare for the invasion of India. Technological advance, coke blast furnace. Let's stick to just the start, shall we? Let's go ahead and organize then the 2 armies. So I'm thinking we'll split it up like this. And I'm thinking this army, I'm thinking this army right here is actually the worst of the two armies. I think the East India Company might actually be stronger, although the East India Company army does not have...
Yes.
Oh, what? Oh, crap. You can make it all the way there? We're waiting for the... oh, yes! I recruited more ships, because I figured I needed even more. I do have quite a lot of money, and being a global empire, you need a navy, otherwise we'll get stuck. So I'm sending more ships here. Am I recruiting any more? I want to improve this. What am I missing? Flintlock cannon, which we're currently not doing. We should switch to flintlock cannon. And then fishery, I don't know about that. How about horse artillery? I think horse artillery is needed for, yes, for the next level of the ordnance, so we allow a lot more new guns to be put into action. And oh yeah, with this coke furnace should be able to upgrade quite a few things. I've yet to decide whether or not I should actually start the Royal Scottish Academy. It'll take 20 turns to do it. By the time, you know, by the time that's ready, everything else should be done around it. So let's go ahead and kick that into gear. Let's see. Do I have a coke furnace all the way up here? No, I don't. Do I have one on Jamaica? No, but I should build a magistrate. And since I have so much money anyways, we should start by improving the infrastructure as well. Where did the French army go? Oh, the French Navy is there, but the French army was moved somewhere, so I'm imagining it ended up over there. Perhaps it'll pick it up, and we can attack, make a jointly attack somewhere else. What do you think about that, France? France is probably not too happy about that. Right, let's go ahead and end turn once more. And then we should be ready for our invasion of India. Trains gained. Who is this Huntington? I don't know who that is. Must be someone in government. Fleet arrives. Yeah. They'll barely be able to make it, but what they will be doing is they'll be able to support the landing anyways, if I land close enough. There's no port where I can do a proper landing, so I'll just have to get close and then do a landing. Right, and here's actually where there's an army, so maybe I should land there instead. Two brigs and a sloop. Two brigs and a sloop. What's gonna happen? They're gonna kiss each other? I don't know. We want to be landing our armies as soon as possible here. Right, so it kind of looks like the Mughal Empire is sort of on the upper hand. They're forced into here and they've come up the back, but the what's it called? What are these Indians called? I've tried to get like flintlock cannons from them for quite a bit, and usually they actually ask for a trade deal out of this. You know, I think I need to make the trade deal bigger. So how about, I don't want to give them too much. Consent by government. Wait, where did the thing that I wanted go? Oh wait, they actually gave it to me? I thought that was I thought we missed that trade deal. Oh, I have flintlock cannon. Great. We'll go back to carronades then. Does that mean that I should be able to ta-da! Start building that. Now I can get some proper ships and I can really rule the waves. Right, we will go back to this deal though. I want an alliance. In return, I want light infantry tactics. Okay, so you don't want that. An alliance, light infantry tactic, but I will pay you. I will pay you a cool 10,000 pounds. Okay, we can't sit here all day. An alliance. What the an alliance, god damn you. And I will pay you for my... There we go. You stupid... Right, now we're allied with them. Let's see who they are allied with. The Persians. I don't care much for the Persians and their trade. I am interested in war. I'm not gonna call my... Wait, the Mughals are currently not actually at war with the Marathans. That was the whole point. Never mind, I'll still declare war. Right, let's go ahead and land this army. So, the, what's it called? Trade army is landing over there. And then... Okay, they're not gonna allow... Oh, shit. That's not good. This ship is stronger than any of theirs. However, this one's not that... fine. Ah, I should have had the pirate ship. Should I delay action against this here? Just so I can try and bring up the pirate ship? I should have brought the pirate ship up here. Well, it'll delay the entire invasion to such a degree that the risk, though, is the entire bloody army with all the named characters will sink if this fleet sinks. The thing is, though, once it's their turn, I'm sure they pursue my navy and destroy it anyways. We'll fight it. We'll fight it. We'll risk it. That was a hard-won fight. It took me about 40 minutes to fight them down, mostly because the range in which the ships are firing at each other is so ridiculously large that for probably the first at least 25 minutes, we barely did any damage. Well, they did damage to me, because, I mean, at such a long range, the brig, which is so thin and close to the water, is quite hard to hit compared to my very high ships that was easier to hit at long range. Eventually, though, after about 25 minutes, we managed to get close enough that I was starting to lay in shots. The important bit came when my large ship, the Invincible, managed to pass through in between the two brigs, so the brigs are on either side, and is able to level canister into both sides. And at that point, the fact that my ship is so much higher than theirs made a huge difference, because then I could spray canister down onto their crew, and I was able to force them to retreat, or surrender rather rapidly. It was a little bit different story with the sloop. The sloop was hard to catch up to, and finally I shot down his sails and he surrendered, but it took a long while to get to that point. I figure that I should actually take on the two brigs and then we'll sell the sloop, because I have two ships on the way, but I need more ships just in case. I'm not entirely sure what kind of navy the Mughal Empire is dealing with, but it would be good to have more ships than I'm currently having. So, with that, we'll go to port. You can see that I did quite the number on these ships. They only have 6 guns each, and 25 to 17 crew. I don't even know, perhaps that crew is actually crew that has been brought over by my troops. I figured this is a demand surrender. They refuse, right. Well, we've done a naval battle and we've done a land battle, so I guess we'll continue on this for the next one. But the troops have come ashore. There's no forts standing in the way, so we should be able to fight our way through this. These should now combine and then actually head up to join the rest up there. Actually, all the ships should come down here to repair. And yes, we'll fight on along the shoreline here. With that said, it is high time then to end this episode. So, I will be saying, like I always say, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.